world around you is thick with the scent of damp earth and verdant, prehistoric life. The air hangs, heavy and humid, a warm blanket of moisture pulled up from the vast swamps. Towering conifers and ancient cycads pierce a sky that seems impossibly blue, and the drone of unseen insects is the constant soundtrack of this lost world. You stand on the edge of a great fern field, the ground beneath your feet a patchwork of decaying leaves and soft mud. There's a faint, rhythmic thumping that grows steadily louder, a deep bass note that vibrates through the soles of your boots, a sound that promises a presence of immense weight. It's a sound that makes you reconsider everything you thought you knew about size. Ever wonder what it truly felt like to stand in the shadow of a living giant? One that moved with the slow, deliberate power of a battleship? A creature so heavily armored that it was, in a very real sense, a walking fortress. Now, let's journey back in time and uncover the story of a lost world. The thumping grows into a low rumble, and you see it then, not with a sudden gasp, but with a slow, awestruck realization. A colossal shadow moves through the dense undergrowth, its form only slowly becoming clear. This is the Ankylosaurus. Its name, which means fused lizard, is no accident. From the tip of its broad snout to the end of its bone-crushing tail club, its body is a seamless construction of interlocking plates and bony studs. It's a design for survival so perfect, so complete, that it feels less like an animal and more like a carefully engineered tank. You can't help but smile at the sheer audacity of its form, evolution's ultimate expression of defense. Its armor, known as osteoderms, is a marvel. These are not just scales. They are plates of bone embedded within its skin, forming a mosaic that covers its entire back, sides, and even its head. The largest plates lie in rows, interspersed with smaller, pebble-like ossicles, creating a flexible yet impenetrable hide. This magnificent beast stands maybe as tall as you at the shoulder, but its bulk is immense, a testament to the power of pure defensive mass. The ground shivers with each heavy step, a gentle, powerful tremor that reminds you exactly where you are and what you are seeing. As the Ankylosaurus moves past, you get a closer look at the sheer ingenuity of its design. This isn't just a hide of bony scutes, it's a full-body system of protection. Imagine a knight's armor, but forged by nature over millions of years, growing directly out of the animal's own skin. The plates, or osteoderms, are arranged in a complex pattern of parallel rows running down its back. They are studded with conical bumps and ridges, giving it a truly intimidating texture. But the armor doesn't stop there. On its broad, low-slung head, a pair of thick, bony horns juts out from behind its eyes, a permanent, stern scowl. Its eyelids were likely protected by similar bony plates, a detail so incredible it's almost funny to imagine this gentle creature winking. It's the kind of feature Hollywood often exaggerates, but the reality is even more incredible. Its tiny brain and small eyes were encased in a bony helmet, a final, essential piece of the puzzle. Now, follow the line of its back down to that truly iconic weapon, the tail club. It's a massive, bulbous mass of solid bone at the very end of its tail, a fusion of several vertebrae into a single, devastating weapon. Its tail, a muscular and flexible appendage, must have been incredibly powerful, capable of swinging the club with tremendous force. Scientists have even found fossil evidence of a tyrannosaur with a broken shin bone, a wound that matches perfectly with the impact of an Ankylosaurus tail club. It's a reminder that while this creature's primary strategy was defense, it wasn't helpless. A swift swing of that club could shatter the bones of even the most formidable predator. The combination of its low center of gravity, tank-like body, and that powerful tail club made the Ankylosaurus almost unassailable from above and from the sides. It was, in many ways, the pinnacle of defensive evolution, a living, breathing testament to the power of a good shield. It makes you feel a certain kind of respect, watching this armored giant simply exist, its very presence a statement. This magnificent beast lived not in some ancient, foggy primordial soup, but in a specific, lush world. You can feel the heat of that world now, the heavy, humid air of the late Cretaceous, around 68 to 66 million years ago. This was a time of immense change when flowering plants were becoming more common and the landscape was a tapestry of river deltas, swamps, and broad floodplains. The Ankylosaurus was a denizen of Laramidia, an ancient landmass that formed when a great seaway, the Western Interior Seaway, split North America in two. It's here, in what would one day become parts of modern Montana, Wyoming, and Alberta, that you can picture it now, wading through a swamp filled with cattails and ferns, its powerful legs sinking slightly into the muck. The climate was much warmer than today, a subtropical paradise without ice caps. You can almost hear the buzz of ancient insects and the splash of water as other creatures, perhaps a juvenile tyrannosaur or a flock of feathered dinosaurs, move through the dense vegetation. But the Ankylosaurus pays them little mind. Its sheer size and protective armor mean it doesn't need to be constantly on guard. It moves slowly, deliberately, a picture of tranquility in a world often depicted as chaotic and violent. The ferns and low-lying shrubs that make up its diet are abundant, a perfect, endless feast for a creature that needs to fuel its massive body. It's easy to get lost in the scale of it all, to imagine this entire ecosystem functioning like a well-oiled machine, each creature playing its role. The Ankylosaurus, in its own silent, armored way, was a cornerstone of that world. The way it carries itself, so slow and unhurried, is a quiet statement of its place in the food chain. You realize that its peaceful demeanor isn't a sign of weakness. It's a testament to its invulnerability. You can't help but smile at the thought of it, a walking, placid fortress. Its slow, deliberate movement wasn't just for show, it was a consequence of its lifestyle. An animal this large, this heavy, needed a constant supply of energy, and that energy came from plants. Unlike a predatory dinosaur, which might only need to eat every few days, the Ankylosaurus was a continuous, low-level eating machine. Its snout was relatively narrow for its head size, a detail that paleontologists believe indicates it was a selective browser, picking out specific ferns, cycads, and low-lying shrubs. You can imagine it now, its small leaf-shaped teeth gently snipping a tasty frond, its movements as precise as a gardener. It didn't have the massive shearing teeth of a hadrosaur. Instead, its teeth were small and peg-like, perfect for shredding soft vegetation. But how did it actually digest all that tough plant matter? This is where the story gets really fascinating. Some paleontologists suggest that, like modern-day birds, the Ankylosaurus may have swallowed stones, known as gastroliths, to help grind up its food in its stomach. The proof? Piles of smooth, polished stones have been found in the chest cavity of some fossil specimens, right where its stomach would have been. Imagine a creature so massive that it carries a bag of rocks in its belly just to get its nutrition. It's a beautifully simple and effective solution to a complex digestive problem. And while we don't have fossilized feces, or coprolites, to study in detail, the evidence from its teeth and from these gastroliths paints a clear picture. This was a pure herbivore, built to consume and process vast quantities of plant life. Its whole existence was a testament to the power of a quiet, relentless appetite, fueling a body built for defense. You get the sense that its slow pace wasn't just a physical limitation, but a fundamental part of its feeding strategy, allowing it to methodically clear-cut its way through the undergrowth. The life of the Ankylosaurus wasn't just a simple cycle of eating and walking. It was a complex dance of physiology and behavior that still sparks debate among scientists. One of the biggest questions centers around its metabolism. Was it cold-blooded, like a modern reptile, or warm-blooded, like us? Its sheer bulk and the dense armor would have made it very slow to heat up and cool down, acting like a giant thermal regulator. This concept, known as gigantothermy, suggests that even if it had a low metabolic rate, its size alone would have kept its body temperature stable. You can imagine it basking in the early morning sun, a massive, inert mass absorbing the heat, or lumbering through a cool evening, its body slowly radiating warmth, a process that would have helped it survive. Another mystery lies in its social life. Did these armored giants live alone or in groups? The fossil record offers few clues. We haven't found large bone beds of Ankylosaurus, which would suggest herd behavior. This leads many to believe that it was likely a solitary animal, a lone fortress wandering the landscape. Its impressive defense system meant it didn't need the protection of a herd. It was a self-sufficient unit, a single-serving tank. This isolation would also help reduce competition for the vast quantities of vegetation it needed to eat. The idea of a gentle, solitary giant, a creature that asked for nothing more than to be left alone to graze, is a beautifully peaceful image in the sometimes brutal narrative of the Mesozoic era. It's a quiet existence, a life of simple needs, an existence defined by its unique ability to defend itself without ever needing to prove its strength. You can't help but smile at the image of this placid powerhouse, content in its solitude. This peaceful existence wasn't without its challenges. The Ankylosaurus may have been a gentle giant, but it was part of a dynamic and sometimes brutal ecosystem. It had a very specific ecological niche, the ultimate defensive herbivore. This unique role meant it wasn't a quick-moving, flighty prey animal. It was a challenge, a target that required immense effort and risk to take down. Its predators would have been the large carnivorous dinosaurs of the late Cretaceous, like Tyrannosaurus rex. This dynamic created a fascinating evolutionary arms race. As tyrannosaurs developed powerful jaws and bone-crushing teeth, the Ankylosaurus evolved thicker, more extensive armor. The shield and the sword grew in strength together, each one pushing the other to new extremes. Fossil evidence provides a tantalizing glimpse into this ancient struggle. Paleontologists have found Ankylosaurus skeletons with healed bite marks from large predators, showing that a tussle with a tyrannosaur was not always a fatal encounter. It's an incredible thought. A creature surviving a head-on confrontation with the apex predator of its time. You can picture it now, a hulking tyrannosaur circling its armored target, trying to find a weak point. The Ankylosaurus, in turn, would hunker down, a low-slung tank with its vulnerable belly pressed to the ground, its mighty tail club ready to swing. The slow, patient hunter meeting the immovable, living fortress. It's a drama played out in the fossil record, a story told in scars and healed bone. Its entire role in the food web was to be the exception, the one that got away, the meal that was just too much trouble. You can't help but feel a certain admiration for a creature that could stand its ground against such an overwhelming force, and sometimes even win. The story of the Ankylosaurus is not just a tale of ancient might. It's a chapter in the history of science itself. Its discovery helped shape our modern understanding of dinosaurs. The first Ankylosaurus fossil was unearthed in 1906 by the renowned paleontologist Barnum Brown in Montana. He famously described it as the Dreadnought of the land, a fitting naval metaphor for this armored wonder. But its initial discovery was incomplete, a jumble of plates and bones that took years to properly piece together. Subsequent finds, including a remarkably complete skeleton found in 1910, finally revealed the true form of this incredible creature, a form that was far more unique and extensive in its armor than scientists had ever imagined. Today, the Ankylosaurus holds a special place in the public imagination, often appearing in movies, books, and video games. Yet, its portrayal is often simplified, a hulking, slow-moving monster. The reality is far more nuanced and impressive. It wasn't just a brute, it was an evolutionary masterpiece, a testament to the power of defense. It was an evolutionary masterpiece, a testament to the power of defense. Its legacy is not one of terrifying ferocity, but of quiet strength. A reminder that the most awe-inspiring forms of life are often those that are most perfectly suited to their own time.